What is going on, fellow YouTubers? Today I will be showcasing the Quan update. So there's a lot of stuff I have to cover in this update, and basically let's just start right off the bat with the armor. The armor is something I did a major overhaul to. I've added all the different type of variations that you will find in Mortal Kombat X. And basically a lot of things that I've done was I've revamped the shaders on every single model, and also I've added several models. And you may be wondering, well, how many different models? Well, there are different variations of somewhat of the same model. So I'm trying to go for a more accurate representation of what you find in Mortal Kombat X. So first off, I would like to say that your game may not look exactly like mine because I'm using a graphic enhancing mod, which is known as ENB. So things may appear a little bit more vibrant right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut that off, and as you can see, there's a ton of things spawning into your inventory. I've been going on for like 2 minutes and you're still having stuff added. So this is what the game will look like for majority of the console gamers. Now there may be some graphic enhancing mods that change the lighting, but this is basically what it will look like on a vanilla game. So this is the Quan alternative costume, and this is the basic one. This one doesn't apply any enhancements, I should say. So the next thing we will want to go into is his variations of this costume. But before I do that, I will say I've also redone the shaders for these swords of his. So this one, there's nothing too special about it. I just made the light reflect the way it should off of certain materials on the sword. The damage is pretty much the same, yada yada yada. Now this sword, however, is a little bit different because when I first released the mod, it didn't have any reflective surfaces on it, and now it does, alongside with the, I don't know if that's like some sort of gibberish, but whatever it is, the green now illuminates in the dark, and I will showcase that also when I get to that portion. So I've added some ratings to majority of these armors, so now you know at least they do somewhat of a little bit protection, but honestly it's completely irrelevant because you already are overpowered. But people always ask, so I try to do what the fans want, or the supporters. Now the full power is just my own variation. This you won't find in game, but I thought it would be cool to come up with a little variation of my own. So with that being said, this one adds like a red sort of illumination to, I don't know what those things are on his arm, but let's just go with tattoos. So all the tattoos on his body, they glow red. And I will show that. So as you can see, this pretty much equips every single thing on that particular model, and it does also add enhancement effects to it, or enchant it. So the skull illuminates, the one that sits on his chest, that is, and also the arms of a victim, they also illuminate along with the sword. And let's get a better glimpse of it. And it also depends of what area you're in too. Like if there's a lot of lighting, you won't see all the effects, but that's it for this model. And also, as I was saying, majority of the variations are enchanted, so the full power increases magic resistance by 22%. And I'm sure this will vary depending on what level your character is or what skills your character have. On this variation, it changes the tattoos to a purple color along with his eyes. And once I get down to the others, I won't really do any narration. I just allow you guys to view them and see what it looks like, because there isn't that much difference in the armor ratings on the other costumes. Maybe a very small difference, but nothing too extravagant. And this is the summoner, I don't know how you say it. And it just added like some red illumination to the spikes. And this allows you to not use, I'm guessing, a lot of magicka when you cast spells. So 25% less to cast a spell. This increases your magicka by 70 points. And the warlock, it adds those skeleton hands back on your back. And the skull that illuminates green or glows green back to your chest. And it does 25%, or it adds 25 points to your heavy armor. So I'm just gonna let you guys observe all the costumes. And I will showcase these same armors in the light so you can see the other detail. But it's hard to see the glowing when I'm showcasing in the light. Lastly, back to the sword. I don't know if I showed this off, but I had to redo the video because there was something I left out. So as you can see, the sword now glows in the dark. And I'm quite sure I probably already showed this, but sometimes my mind wanders and I forget. So there's a second glimpse if I already showed it. Now let's get into the other portion of this update, which is the spells. So I did add maybe a few new spells, but I've made some modifications to the existing spells. And the first thing is right off back, whenever you cast any spell within the vanilla game, he now chants some gibberish. Now, this will not, and I repeat, will not work with custom spells, because I have to go in and manually assign all these spells to a script, and that script searches for that particular spell. And for those that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, just know that if you download a custom spell or a custom mod that adds a bunch of new spells or shouts, he will not do his little chant when you cast the spell. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and keep updating this mod as someone releases a new spell. Now what I will do is, if there is any spells for what's the game DLC called, Dunguard, Hotfire, if that's the right name for that one, and Dragonborn, I will add support for those spells. But other than that, unless I add a new spell myself in particular, I'm not going to add support for additional people's mods. Excuse me. And every time you cast a spell, the chant will be different and random. Now for the illusion spell, Quan's Trance, which is basically mind control, there's a different chant that he shouts when you cast it on an enemy.
My sorcery is insurmountable. Your entire family will serve me. You will bow to me. You will obey. My sorcery is insurmountable. You may address me as master.
And you get the idea, but there's a ton of different chants every time you control someone's mind. It's completely random, so it's kind of hard for me to play every single one of them. So I just allow the user to do that. Now this is one of the new spells that I've added, which is Quan's Ground Burst. And it does only work if you aim at the ground. So you can apply it to walls also, but it's only for a brief amount of time. I also added another person you can conjure up, and that is Scorpion. So now you have Scorpion as an ally.
Speak, puppet.
And Scorpion comes equipped with a sword and a flame spell. I did try to get his spirit to work, however, for some reason the creation kit wouldn't allow me to use custom spells. And maybe in the future, if I do stumble across how to make certain NPCs use custom spells, I will add that particular support also.
Speak, puppet. Speak, puppet.
And with Scorpion, the chants are a little bit more repetitive because there's not so many. But every time you spawn them in, it will be different sometimes.
You will serve me. Hold, Scorpion. A fascinating creation.
Now for all the other creatures that you conjure up, it will be completely random because there's more chance
You may address me as master.
Oh,
You will bow to me. A fascinating creation.
and lastly, where is it?
You will serve me.
I did also update the demonic steed, so now in certain places it also glows in the dark, and I've revamped the shaders on this model along with the other models that I showcased earlier. And of course, for those that didn't watch the first video, you can spawn horses or demonic steeds inside interiors.
You will bow to me. I return you to life.
So let's just have Scorpion do all the...
Heed me, Scorpion.
And I'm going to use my mind control.
You will serve me well.
Time to end this.
I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite mods out of all of them. And I may add more of Scorpion models in the future.
You will serve me.
This is so awesome to me. I don't know why, but I just love it. And this video is quite lengthy. Who cares, right? Now, you can also betray Scorpion. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you know Quan pretty much did do that. And Scorpion gets pissed. So, for shits and giggles, we're gonna betray him. And he's pretty OP, so he will kill you as you get hit. So I'm still casting votes right now for the upcoming mod. And I do highly suggest, if there's somebody that you want to take priority over, then vote.
You will serve me. You belong to me. You may address me as master.
So get those votes in so we can get that next mod rolling out. If you have any issues that you need to troubleshoot, please feel free to come over to the Discord channel. If you just want to chat with your fellow gamers, all is welcome. I'm going to put this into people's ear.
You belong to me.
Let me get out of here. Just way too much going on. Way too much. Okay. I had to settle all the commotion. The requests right now are just way beyond the unthinkable, unimaginable. I'm beyond knee deep in shit, so that's why I'm doing the voting thing, because this way it would be a lot easier. Alright, it would be a lot easier for me to kind of organize things a little bit more and cipher through, you know, all the requests. So vote, people. Lastly, if you like what you see, please subscribe, hit that like button, leave any comments on why you don't like the video. Please, 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 please leave requests on the Discord channel or on my forums. I usually like to read people's comments, but 9 out of 10 I look at requests as spam almost on my YouTube, because it's like, think about it, if you were in my shoes, you'd be like, what the fuck, dude? You know, there's a million people, well, not a million, but maybe thousands asking for something. It's like, you're one person, you don't have a team dedicated to doing this. So just bear with me on that note. I know people are still gonna do it anyway, because they probably won't even make it through the whole video. But if they do, please leave requests on the links provided. Donations, I do highly recommend people support me. I mean, I'm giving you high quality content, not no shit covered in more shit or sugar coated shit. Like, I literally lose sleep doing this shit for you guys and girls. So, you know, it would be nice for you to support me. With that being said, eventually I will start back streaming, maybe showing the process of me actually making a mod. That way people can see what really goes into it, and I may even just show off gameplay. So I'm going to leave my Twitch page in the description. Also, please follow me on there. Right now I'm not going to be too active with streaming due to the fact that I don't have the upload bandwidth, and that's why these videos are not coming out weekly on YouTube, because it just takes way too long to upload videos, even short videos. Please subscribe if you like what you see and you want to stay up to date with what I release. And have a positive week, a positive day, and a positive weekend if you're tuning in within one of those. With that being said, I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching.